Chelsea are the Women's Super League champions. Blockbuster match to kick off the opening of the new WSL season.
What a finish!
Is over. The Women's Super League is back. Live coverage coming up as reigning champions. Chelsea host Manchester City at Stamford Bridge. And yesterday, the WSL transfer window shut, but not before a number of high-profile deals were signed up. Chelsea left their biggest bit of business in the final few hours last night. Signed on deadline day, USA international Alyssa Thompson from Angel City for a Chelsea women's club record fee. She's a really exciting young forward and one that Angel City did not want to lose. Alongside me, Brighton forward and a WSL winner with Chelsea, Fran Kirby. And Thompson made her US national debut at Wembley 3 years ago. That day you were playing. What's your take on her?
Yeah, she's a really exciting talent. She's definitely one that was spoken a lot about leading up into the game. She's scored 6 goals in 16 appearances for Angel City so far this season, so I'm sure she'll definitely be excited to come into this league. And you know, she's still young, she's still got to learn, but I remember her being absolutely rapid, so I'm sure we'll definitely see that in the WSL this year.
Another piece of news as well, Sam Kerr back in the squad 20 months on after that ACL injury, and that'll feel like a new signing as well.
Yeah, it's really exciting to see Sam back. I'm delighted for her. I know how much she's been working over the last few months, but yeah, for me, it's really exciting to have her back. And like you said, she's definitely going to be like a new signing for them. And you know, it's not a bad player to have on the bench if you needed to come in and make an impact, and also to terrify the defence, whoever you're playing against. So really, really happy for her, and I really hope we get to see her on the pitch today for some minutes.
A lot of business done too by City, including Grace Clinton on deadline day. But time now to hear from both camps ahead of kick-off.
Feeling excited for sure, you know, back to business. We start the season again, and yeah, really excited. A big game against a big opponent. We play at the Bridge with our fans, so yeah, that's the best way to start the season again.
Fantastic. And you're feeling confident with the squad you've got. Brilliant new signings with Alyssa Thompson. Sam Kerr's back in the squad tonight after 20 months out. Potentially looking stronger than last season, perhaps.
Yeah, this season is a new season. We have to start from zero again, so all the focus is on this new season. I'm happy with my squad, and yeah, this new signing I think will bring even more quality into the squad. As you know, it's important to have the depth, so yeah. For me, I feel lucky and happy to have this squad. We feel ready to kick off the season, and yeah, in a few minutes we'll be ready to kick off again.
Fantastic. And playing Manchester City in your opening game tonight, obviously you faced them quite a few times last season. Do you feel you have their number and you're ready to go this evening?
Yeah, we are ready to go this evening. Again, that's a really good team. They have a lot of talented players in the squad, so it will be a big game, tough game. We are home, so hopefully with the support of our fans, they'll bring even more energy to my players to be able to have a good performance, but also to win this game. That's important to start the season with a win.
Andre, welcome to the Barclays Women's Super League. It's wonderful to have you with us. How are you feeling ahead of your first game in charge tonight?
Yeah, it's always excitement. Of course, there is always a little bit of nervosity also in this, but we have done everything we was planned to do in the pre-season, so we are ready.
Wonderful. And obviously, you said recently you want to install a winning mentality into City this season. What's that going to look like for you?
I think there's a lot of things that need to, of course, we need a result, but it's also everything we do in training, everything that we do in our own environment, how each players are preparing and trying to be a little bit better all the time. So there's a lot of things into winning mentality. There's a lot of things of that already in the group, but we can always get better.
The atmosphere is building then here at Stamford Bridge. Two captains, Millie Bright and Alex Greenwood. So here we go then. The Women's Super League is back and all eyes are on the champions once again. Chelsea, the hegemonic force in English women's football, begin their campaign looking to defend the title they've held for 6 consecutive seasons. The question still remains, who can challenge them? Manchester City pushed them all the way 2 seasons ago, only missing out on goal difference last campaign. Injuries derailed their challenge, but with a new manager in the dugout and star players back to full fitness, could this be the year they secure the title a decade on from when they last won it? Plenty of European champions in both Chelsea and Manchester City squads today. And the England players were out with the European trophy ahead of kickoff. Take a look at team news then. And for Chelsea, the headline news is Aussie star striker Sam Kerr is back in the Chelsea squad. 20 months on from that serious knee injury, she's on the bench. There's a debut for new signing Ellie Carpenter in at fullback. No Naomi Girma, the US defender signed in January, is out with an injury. And Chelsea have those 4 Euro winning Lionesses in their starting 11. Hannah Hampton in goal, Charles Walsh and Aggie Beaver-Jones leading the line. As for Manchester City, tonight's come too soon for deadline day signing Grace Clinton. There are 2 debuts though for Manchester City, German midfielder Sydney Lohmann and defender Jade Rose. In attack, it's last season's joint Golden Boot winner Bunny Shaw and the WSL's all-time leading goal scorer Vivian Miedemar. Frightening proposition for any defence. No Caroline Nicolai in the Manchester City squad today. The Brazilian forward given an extended period of rest after her exploits with Brazil in the summer. Plenty of star quality in both sides though. Chelsea, of course, were unbeaten in the league last season. Sonia Bonpastor yet to lose a WSL game. City will be keen to inflict that on her this evening. Our referee, Emily Heaslip, taking charge of this WSL opener. Under the lights at Stamford Bridge, the Women's Super League returns. Chelsea, the reigning champions, invincible under Sonia Bonpastor last season in the league, look to make it 7 titles in a row. Manchester City have fallen short in recent campaigns, but with a new man at the helm in Andre Jegler, can City rediscover their edge? Delighted to say that alongside me is 7 times WSL winner with Chelsea and current Brighton player Fran Kirby. And you're keen, Fran, I can see already, to see how Manchester City line up.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised at the kickoff there. You saw Alex Greenwood go into the left-back position, but you can see already the intent from Man City. They want to be aggressive, they want to high press. Could even be a back 3 for Man City, actually, so that'll be really interesting to see how the game develops as that, because obviously with Aggie Beever-Jones as a 9, the pace that she has to go in behind and exploit them spaces, but you can already see the intent from Man City in the front press, obviously winning the ball right outside Chelsea's box in the first 30 seconds.
Manchester City, a team under Gareth Taylor last season that loved to have lots of possession. But will they be a little bit more fluid and direct under new manager Andre Jegler? Free kick awarded to debutant Sydney Lohman. Over this, Alex Greenwood and Yui Hasegawa, who's recently signed a contract to keep her at Manchester City till 2029. Such a crucial player for them. Started every WSL game the last 2 seasons. And in it comes, and the header back away from goal by Gracie Pratt.
Yeah, actually it looked like she lost their marker there. She looked like she was completely free in the middle. I mean, obviously when you've got Hasegawa and Alex Greenwood there to take set pieces, you know it's probably going to go in the area that they've worked on all week, so you know to get in them right areas. But yeah, it looked like she had a bit of a free header there, which is a bit unknown for Chelsea. They're normally really structured at set pieces.
Lohman pokes it back to Hasegawa. Alex Greenwood has to thread it through, but cut out by Chelsea's tenacious Erin Cuthbert. Poorly given away though, and now Bunny Shaw up against Millie Bright. Shaw gets it onto her right foot and forces Hannah Hampton into an early save.
Yeah, it was sloppily given away there in the middle, and I think you could see straight away as soon as Hempo got the ball, it was a straight first pass forward, which is always good to do because you know that the team that you're against is out of shape. So I like the way that City are being at the moment, really, really aggressive and yeah, playing on the front foot.
Here come Chelsea though with Sandy Baltimore. Couldn't quite find cap time, and Lohman wins it well in the midfield for City. Debut for Ellie Carpenter in a right back. Lucy Bronze, of course, fractured her tibia during the Euros, played on, but she'll be missing for a couple of weeks. And another look at this opportunity then for Bunny Shaw.
Yeah, it's really good movement. Obviously, she isolates Millie 1v1 here and gets her shot away. It's a good save from Hannah Hampton. I think you would expect her to save it. I don't think it was in the corner so much, but it's a really good start from Man City, and to be able to get a shot off that early just shows the intent that they have so far. And like I said, a really good front forward pass from Hemp there.
Cleared by Bright. Miedemar. England's Lauren Hemp now. One back well by Beever-Jones. Erin Cuthbert, who wasn't at the Euros, of course. Scotland didn't qualify, so Cuthbert had the summer off. As did Millie Bright. She didn't play for England. Had an operation on her knee and stepped away from the England squad. That's good work by Lauren Hemp. Lohman pokes it into the path of Miedemar. Tried to just work the space for the shot. Five minutes in, and Manchester City on the front foot, Fran.
Yeah, they are, but you can see that they're really aggressive. When they lose the ball, they're there to win it back, and Chelsea look a little bit sloppy in possession a couple of times now, and when they win the ball, I don't see much outlet for them going forward. They don't really have anyone that's stretching the back line where they can just kind of clear their lines a little bit. But I mean, Chelsea is the team that's well known for not always playing the best but getting the result, so I don't think Man City can just be so happy with their performance so far. Obviously there's a long time to go, but it definitely looks like they're more on the front foot and more aggressive.
Don't panic yet, Chelsea fans. That's the words of a former Chelsea legend. Cuthbert. Always such a willing runner for Chelsea.
So important for this Chelsea team, really, really important. Does a lot of the dirty work that no one else wants to do, that's for sure.
Natalie Bjorn finds Carpenter. And City have it back with Jade Rose. Debut for the Canadian. Joined from Harvard Uni. Battle between two Japanese internationals in the midfield. Hasegawa of Man City up against Chelsea's Hamano. It's a nice line-breaking pass. Captain finds Carpenter. The ball across, looking for Beaver Jones, and it's put behind for the first corner of the game by Kasperite.
Yeah, it's really good from Ellie Carpenter. You can see that she's stretching the line straight away. As soon as Captain gets the ball in there, she wants to get forward. I thought maybe she could play Captain in again here, so then she can do the cross, but I mean, it comes to a corner for Chelsea, and I'm sure they'll definitely take that. But it was a really good move from Chelsea, and you could hear Alex Greenwood saying right to the player in front of her, because she didn't want that pass to go through. It got through, and then obviously set Chelsea on their way.
No side scored more goals from set pieces last season than Chelsea. In from Cuthbert, doesn't beat the first player. And it's clever goalkeeping from Yamashita. These two sides very familiar. They played each other 5 times last season. City only winning one of those. Time for a corner. Referee taking charge of that situation. Sandy Baltimore to take from the right. And so far as Kira Walsh, whose effort is deflected, and we saw her score a similar one like that for England in the Euros.
Yeah, there's one player you don't want the ball to fall free at the edge of the box, and I'm pretty sure you'd say that's Kira Walsh. Obviously scoring for England, but yeah, her technique, the way that she can strike a ball in them areas is so good. So they're definitely lucky that they managed to get out to her in time and get a block in.
Third consecutive corner for Chelsea. Variation in the delivery. In from Hamano, and Bunny Shaw is back to nod that out for a throw.
Yeah, I like that from Chelsea. You could see that they tried to cause chaos there. They sent quite a few players out to play short, and I think it was up to Baltimore to decide which one she wanted to pass to, and yeah, managed to get a cross in and went a throw in higher up. But yeah, I like that from Chelsea. Just caused a little bit of chaos there.
Sonia Bonpastor still unbeaten in the WSL as a manager. Although I suppose so is Andre Jegler, so this is his first game.
I'm sure he'll want to keep hold of that.
Natalie Bjorn out to Ellie Carpenter. Nice pass up to Beaver Jones, who holds it up well. Carpenter sails over everyone and will be collected by Baltimore. Scored against England for France in the Euros, of course. Had a great first season at Chelsea as well. Her delivery somewhat flapped at by Yamashita, but eventually she gets the ball under control.
Yeah, really good feet there from Baltimore. We know how good she is in them areas and that she loves to go 1v1. So yeah, got across the way, but luckily for City, the goalkeeper was just about there.
Lauren Hemp now, running with purpose and intent. Picks out Lily Murphy. Well, a little too close to Hannah Hampton.
Yeah, again, another 1v1 situation, not the best cross at the end of it, but to be honest, I only really saw Bunny Shaw in the box there, so, you know, it was highly unlikely he would have ended up at a Man City foot, so they definitely need to get more players in the box when they see their players isolated in 1v1s.
On the 5 occasions these sides met last season, in both the League ones, Chelsea were winners. 2-0 at home and 2-1 away. Also then met in the Champions League. City won one of those. Chelsea won the second leg, though, the most important leg, by 3-0 here at Stamford Bridge. Not forgetting that they also met in the League Cup final, which Chelsea won. Greenwood under pressure finds Gracie Pryor. She's a very young defender. And Lohman's pass can't quite pick out Kasparai.
Yeah, I think that was the right idea. I think Kasparai went to go and then she checked the run back and then the ball got played. So I think it was the right idea in the right moment. Just, yeah, Kasparai held her run and probably wanted the ball to feet rather in behind.
What's this that the referee spotted? Yamashita, the Japanese goalkeeper for Manchester City, in need of a bit of treatment.
I wonder if that was when she caught the ball, maybe she landed a bit awkwardly. I can't imagine the goalkeeper's going down on 13 minutes to time waste this early on into the game, so I wonder if she's just felt something there, as she's, you know, made a hash of that collection and just felt her knee a little bit, it looks like.
We do have Chiara Keating on the bench, of course. In fact, last season Keating and Yamashita shared the games really in the WSL and the Champions League. Went away with England to the Euros. Keating didn't make an appearance though, because Hannah Hampton was fantastic for England, wasn't she?
She really was. She really grew into the tournament as well, I felt. You know, you could see more the games went on, the confidence that she had, and of course saving penalties always helps that, and making some crucial saves, especially in the first game against France, and then just leading on into the Sweden game. So yeah, she did really, really well, and she's rightly got the credits that she deserves for her performances there.
Yamashita just testing out that knee. Chiara Keating will take her seat back amongst the substitutes. Will be an uncontested drop ball at the feet of Natalie Bjorn. Niamh Charles now finds Baltimore. Referee content with the physicality. Bunny Shaw on the edge of the box. Bounced off Erin Cuthbert. And it's Chelsea that come away with it.
Yeah, again, you can see the press from Man City. Bunny Shaw starting it, Lauren Hemp getting out, Kasparais jumping as well. So you can see what they're intending to do, and it's working, and they're trying to play forward as quickly as they can to catch Chelsea out. So I think Chelsea have to be really clever with the way that they play with the ball, especially in their own half, that they don't give it away easily.
On the ball now, Chelsea with Hamano. The only options in front of her were in that left channel, and she picks out Beaver Jones. And to poke it into the path of Baltimore. Move didn't quite come off. Beaver Jones actually Chelsea's top goal scorer in all competitions last season with 13 goals. And you talk about all the stars that Chelsea have. Myra Ramirez, of course, injured ahead of this. She required hamstring surgery. Katrina Macario, Sam Kerr. But Beaver Jones gets the ball in the back of the net.
She does, and you know, she's definitely a player who's really come into her own, especially last season. We saw it glimpses in the season before. But yeah, she's definitely deadly when she gets around in that box. And when I trained with her, you could see that she has this willingness to improve, and she wants to get better, and she's staying out after training to do extra strikes, and rightly deserved her position in the squad starting tonight, whether that's because of the injury to Myra Ramirez or the way that she played against AC Milan. But yeah, I think she really deserves her chance this season.
Featured in every WSL game last season, Beaver Jones, but only 12 of those were starts, so growing into the Chelsea side. Cuthbert okay after that collision. And beyond that early shot from Bunny Shaw, both goalkeepers not having to make a save. Kira Walsh. Beaver Jones hustled off the ball by Asagawa, but scrappy from City, and now it's Cuthbert into Carpenter. Her ball across, finds Baltimore. Can she get the shot off? Yes, she can, and it's a really smart save from Yamashita, because it looked like it took a deflection.
It did. It took a deflection late, and yeah, it's a very, very good save. There are a few shouts for handball, so that'll be interesting to see back. But I mean, the distances are so close, but it's really good work in there from Chelsea to win the ball back. And yeah, I mean, I think City are very, very lucky here to not be 1-0 down. Or, I mean, I don't know if it takes a big deflection off her if it's too close. We'll have a look here.
Manchester City might have just got away with one there.
I think so as well.
In from Baltimore. Captain thought about the spectacular, but opted not to. And after Manchester City's fast start, Chelsea now with more of the possession and more touches in the attacking third.
Yeah, they've just calmed down a little bit in possession. They've worked out the press a little bit better than they did in the first kind of 5 to 10 minutes. So yeah, they're definitely a lot more comfortable on the ball.
Hamano found a pocket of space in the centre of the pitch. Carpenter. Captain. Behind for a goal kick. But Chelsea getting a lot of purchase down that right-hand side.
Yeah, you can see Ellie Carpenter, she's a willing runner at all opportunities, so she's going to get in them areas probably all night tonight, so she has to make sure that her final product good, which it has been so far.
That a replay of Baltimore's shot and striking the hand of Gracie Pryor.
I think she's got away with one there, if I'm honest. I mean, it's still a fantastic save.
On the ball now, Pryor. Had a breakout season last year when City had all those injuries. At the small silver lining of City's injury crisis, the likes of Lily Murphy, Gracie Pryor, both start tonight, managed to break into the squad, get a lot of game time, and they showed the talent. Carpenter, managed by Sonia Bonpastor at Lyon, where they won the Champions League together, the one trophy that's Still eluding Chelsea. Carpenter, who's hugging that touchline. Forward by Baltimore. Back on it now, Sandy Baltimore. Played predominantly as a left back for Chelsea last season, Baltimore, but looks like she's playing a little higher up this evening, Fran?
Yeah, it looks like they're actually playing a back three with two wing backs. Looks like Sandy is hugging on this touchline, Ellie Carpenter on the other, and that's, I think, is causing Man City a little bit of problems in their front press. I think Lily Murphy is a little bit slow to get out, but probably trying to work out, does she deal with Ellie Carpenter or does she go up to Natalie Bjorn? So it's causing her a little bit of trouble, and like I said, Chelsea have calmed down a little bit in possession, which I think is really helping them exploit that front press.
Forward pass from Greenwood is not a good one, and Hannah Hampson will set Chelsea off. Millie Bright reached her 200th WSL appearance last season. She is the only player in this squad that has played in all 8 of Chelsea's title-winning seasons. One more than you, Fran.
Yeah, I mean, look, Millie is a fantastic servant for the club. She's been a fantastic player for so many years, and one thing you know with Millie is she's always going to give you 100%. Whether she's injured, whether she's not, she's putting herself out on that pitch, so she definitely deserves, you know, the rewards that she gets for putting herself out there so many times.
Chelsea on the attack, space for Carpenter on the right if they can pick her out. There she is now, Ellie Carpenter. Beaver Jones lays it into the path of Walsh, who finds Carpenter. Chelsea controlling the tempo now of the game. Hamano shows too much of it to her international teammate, and it's back with their other international teammate, Yamashita.
Yeah, Chelsea are getting Kira Walsh a bit more on the ball now, which I think is helping them when they are playing out. And yeah, I mean, it's a poor touch there from Hamano. I think if she manages to get that under control, she can turn and start driving at the defence. So, but they're picking up the right areas. They're finding themselves in the gaps, which I think is really important for Chelsea in the way that they play.
Passes completed at the top there. Chelsea quite a few more than Manchester City. And Bunny Shaw, who's had that one shot on target, been rather periphery since then.
Yeah, I think Man City need to just try and get themselves back on the ball, back in possession, win the ball in these areas and try and go at Chelsea and try and pin them back a little bit more than they are doing right now. Seen a couple of long balls get cut out here and there, and Man City's known for their dynamic movements, for getting inside pockets. So yeah, if they can manage to get them in them areas again, I think that they can start taking control of the game again. But Chelsea have figured out their press as well and trying to understand what Man City are trying to do.
And the long ball cut out. City had the highest average possession in the league last season with 65.4%. A lot of that possession though in their own half. Laia Alexandri completing the most passes in the WSL. She's left City over the summer and joined Barcelona. Chelsea come forward with cap time. Her Netherlands teammate Miedema was with her. Baltimore. Cuthbert gets away from Hemp. Chelsea look in the mood now. All the Manchester City players in their own half behind the ball.
Yeah, it looks like the rotations are really starting to confuse Man City a little bit there. Obviously, you saw Hamano lose the ball there, but she's picking up some quite interesting pockets where Sydney Lohmann doesn't know whether to go with her or pass her on, so she's picking up that space quite well. So I think the rotations now in the midfield of Chelsea is really starting to cause them problems. With Kaptein running into the inner corridors as well, you know, they're just kind of losing their way a little bit, and no one knows when to step out, no one knows when to stay in and hold. So yeah, you can see that Chelsea now are starting to get into their flow, especially with the rotations.
Both teams with a single shot on target. Breaks for Hamano here, though. Tried to lay it into the path of Sandy Baltimore, and Kasparov perhaps had a little bit more time than she realised, but didn't want to risk it. Corner for Chelsea.
Yeah, I think Hamano could have played it maybe a little bit earlier here. If she plays it into her now, I think then she wins the ball earlier, but I think the extra touches just take it and slow down the pace a little bit.
Erin Cuthbert to deliver. And goes over everybody and is hooked away by Gracie Pryor.
It actually landed in a really dangerous area there, and it bounced right in the middle of the goal. If there was a Chelsea player there, I think could have potentially been 1-0 down for Man City, but luckily for them there was no one in there.
Charles finds Baltimore. For much of last season, Baltimore kept Charles out the side, but they're both able to play for Chelsea in this back three formation. And Charles playing as a left-sided centre half. Another position she's played at very frequently in the past.
No, you're definitely used to seeing Niamh on the wing or as full-back for sure, but I mean, it's a very similar job of the left side of a back three, but obviously it's a bit more defensive duties. But, you know, Niamh is definitely a talented player. She can definitely fill that role.
City go long looking for Bunny Shaw, who nearly latched onto that and nodded it past Hannah Hampton, but the England goalkeeper snatching the ball out the sky. Nice ball forward from Baltimore, and Hamano manages to poke it into Beaver Jones. Up against Pryor. Looking for Walsh, but well cut out by Manchester City.
Yeah, it's a bit of a waste that, I think, for Maggie Beaver-Jones. I think if she held on to it for a little bit longer, she could have let more Chelsea players get up and start building around the box, but Man City got their players back.
The Manchester City attack brought to a halt by the referee. Will be a drop ball for Manchester City, just as Lauren Hemp was trying to get a move going. Nobody made more assists in the league last season than Lauren Hemp, even though she played less than 50% of the WSL games. Had an injury at the start of the season for City. Such a crucial player for them.
Yeah, massive player for them. I just hope with the system that they're playing, it won't nullify what she's really, really good at, and that's getting the ball and driving down the wing with her pace. So hopefully it doesn't hinder what she's really good at and we can see a different side to her. But we all know the quality that Lauren Hemp has and the pace that she has on the ball. Her assists speak for themselves. So hopefully, you know, she can get some form in and start building again and having a full season without any injuries.
Manchester City fans will be hoping that they can have a full season without any major injuries to their major players. Suffered so much last season Bunny Shaw, Miedemar, Greenwood all missing for long periods of time. Mary Fowler is out, of course, at the moment with an ACL as well. He just couldn't catch a break last season. Carpenter up against Greenwood. Gets the ball across and finds Beever-Jones, who finds the back of the net.
Oh, it's fantastic play from Ellie Carpenter. I had a look in the box as she was running. I was thinking, play it first time. Maggie Beever-Jones is in there, but she still managed to get that cross, and Man City defenders just lost Aggie Beever-Jones, and that deftly touch over the goalkeeper. That's what she's there for. That's why she's playing in the position that she is tonight, and it's a fantastic play from start to finish from Chelsea. A little 1-2 down here with Kira Walsh, through the legs to Erin Cuthbert, out the other side, and then they go flying forward with Ellie Carpenter.
And the reigning champions Chelsea have the first goal of this new WSL campaign. An assist on her debut for Ellie Carpenter. And Chelsea's top goal scorer in all comps last season, Aggie Beever-Jones, with the finish.
Yeah, you just saw Rose. She just lost her there a little bit. She didn't start running until she checked her shoulder. If she checked it a little bit earlier, she might have been able to get back in there and get ahead of Aggie, because she's so fast, Aggie Beever-Jones, that if you lose her for 1 yard, she's going to get ahead of you. But it's an absolutely fantastic finish, and I'm sure she'll be absolutely delighted to score at Stamford Bridge again. And yeah, what an amazing first half she's had, by the way, Ellie Carpenter.
New season, but new normal service has resumed. Chelsea are winning.
Yes. And we speak so highly about Man City, and then, like I said, Chelsea's a team that will just go up the other end and score, and they do that so well.
Here is Bunny Shaw, though, for Manchester City. And they almost respond immediately.
Yeah, I think she should score here. I think, you know, when you come 1v1 the way she does so well here, Nat Bjorn misjudges it, Millie Bright cuts inside. I think I mean, it's a fantastic save, of course, but I think, you know, she has to aim for the corner of the goal there, or at least lift it a little bit higher when she sees Hampton go down. But yeah, a massive let-off for Chelsea there after just going 1-0 up.
Warning signs as well for Chelsea. That's twice now that Bunny Shaw has come up against Millie Bright one-on-one and just chopped inside and managed to get the shot off. Yeah, well, look, for me, Bunny Shaw, what she wants to do is cut inside to go to goal. So, you know, Millie Bright has to try a little bit harder there to try and keep her outside. But, you know, it's fantastic feet, and she does it when Millie's a little bit off balance as well, which makes it harder. It's fantastic play. But like I said, I think she has to do better with that shot. She should be scoring, actually, in them areas. Hasegawa. Lohman tries to lift it over Carpenter. And City have the throw-in. Lohman, signed in the summer from Bayern Munich. Won the Bundesliga with them there last season. Player brought into the Manchester City midfield. They lost a key midfield component in Jill Roord. She's joined back up with FC Twente. As Rose can't get it forward for City. One back though by Lauren Hemp. Shaw tries to flick it on, wants the free kick, and the referee agrees with her, and this, a decent position for a free kick.
And a decent position for a free kick for Alex Greenwood as well. I think you probably see her potentially have a shot on target here with it quite close to the area. Maybe it's a little bit too wide for the shot, but if there's anyone you want the free kick on the edge of the box, it's Alex Greenwood for sure. And it is a foul.
In case there was any doubt. Tied with Alessia Russo for the Golden Boot last season. Bunny Shaw, despite playing 7 matches fewer, we know how dangerous she can be in front of goal. Hasegawa and Greenwood over the free kick.
Has to be Greenwood, sure.
Here's Alex Greenwood, and it's off the bar.
Wow, that is a big let off for Chelsea. I mean, obviously, like I said, if there's anyone you want to take a free kick in that area, it's Alex Greenwood. I see her practice them after training every day, and wow, what a strike.
City still coming forward. Lohman, square to Hasegawa. Lauren Hemp, we know how good she is when it comes to assists. That cross not quite up to scratch. Lily Murphy. Can't find Miedemar. Frustration on the Dutch woman's face.
Yeah, I understand that. That's a pass that should be made, and then you get Miedemar in a position where she can turn and potentially have a shot or get a cross off. I think it's quite sloppy there from Lily Murphy. But Man City are starting to come back into it now, a bit more momentum after hitting the crossbar and getting themselves in good areas.
Chelsea will just let that sail out of play. That would have been a fantastic goal for Alex Greenwood, who is such a key player for Manchester City. She really is.
Yeah, you can see the pace as well. I think even if the ball is a bit low, I don't think Hannah Hampton is going to get there to save it. I think the pace just takes it away, and she's so unlucky there that it hasn't just gone or even hit the crossbar and gone in. It's just come straight back out. But it's good signs for City, and Chelsea need to shape it up a little bit like they did in the first kind of 30 minutes. But, you know, like I said, it just takes Chelsea 1 minute to score a goal, and here they go again.
Ball up towards Beaver Jones and hooked away in the nick of time by Gracie Pryor. Millie Bright finds Natalie Bjorn. Has to get back in their passing rhythm. Ellie Carpenter so far doing well on her debut there for Chelsea. Getting an assist, causing City all sorts of problems down that right.
Yeah, she's had a really, really good first half. She's looked bright, she's looked threatening. Everything she's done has been really positive, really forward thinking, and that's what you want when you have a full-back or a wing-back. You want them to be able to do both roles up and down the pitch, and she's been definitely doing that today.
Ahead of the campaign, Sonia Bonpastor was asked about Ellie Carpenter and whether she's coming in as a starter or to challenge Lucy Bronze, and the manager didn't indicate either way, but she said Ellie Carpenter is a player with real quality that will definitely be competing for a starting spot. And if Chelsea end up playing with three at the back, might they be able to use both Carpenter and Bronze at the same time?
Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? How do you fit them both in? But look, you're not coming from Lyon to, you know, not try and compete for a spot. So it's definitely going to be interesting. And obviously, Ellie Carpenter's had a pre-season now. She's getting the nod against, you know, a big opposition here in Man City. Obviously, we all know how a warrior Lucy Bronze is as a player. So, you know, you can always rely on her whenever you need to call on her. So, I mean, I'm sure there'll definitely be a competition there. But today is Ellie Carpenter's night so far.
That's nice from Chelsea. Cuthbert away from Hasegawa. Feeds Ellie Carpenter. Looks for Baltimore at the back post. She keeps it alive. And the flag is up. I think the ball had gone out of play before Baltimore could bring it back across goal. But again, Chelsea exploiting Manchester City's right-hand side.
Yeah, and it's really good play, both sides. It's starting on the left-hand side, and they're building their way all the way over to the right, which gives Ellie Carpenter all the time in the world. I think my only criticism of her so far would be with the dink passes to the back post probably haven't been as good as the assist for Aggie Beaver-Jones. But, I mean, yeah, she looks threatening every time she's going up and down that flank. But it's really good play from Chelsea when they do build, and they build through the thirds, and they're able to exploit down that side.
All going very well so far for Sonia Bonpastor. Had such a tough job to replace Emma Hayes, but made it look so easy.
Yeah, look, you're inheriting a very, very good team. But obviously Emma Hayes was absolutely fantastic for Chelsea, the way that she drove the women's game in this country and the club. but you're inheriting a team full of superstars already. So, you know, you've already got one foot in the door with that moment. But, I mean, obviously, you know, to go unbeaten last year was absolutely amazing. And you can only do that if you coach the team well and you're able to keep people in a good place, because it's never easy to do that when you've got 24 international superstars who all want to play every game. So to keep everyone happy is a very, very difficult task, but obviously doing something right if you leave the season with as many trophies as she did.
The Champions League, though, still the one that Chelsea haven't won. Barcelona once again thwarting them last season. Bunny Shaw now finds Hemp, Miedemar, who we've not mentioned too much in this first half. Kasperai. That's a good delivery, cut out well by Charles. And Baltimore does really well to force the goal kick.
Yeah, I think City need to try and get Miedemar in the game a little bit more. She's the one that's going to make it tick. She's the one that's going to make it work. So for me, if they can try and get her on the ball. Man City look a little bit sluggish towards the end of the first half. You can see a couple of the way they're passing the ball, it's a little bit lax, so they definitely need to pick that up. But we'll see here from the front press that they're going to do every time there's a goal kick.
And Millie Bright decides just to go long rather than try and play through the press. Manchester City, of course, under new management, Andre Jegler, so it will take time for them to click to his new style of play. Bjorn finds Captain.
They're finding them pockets way too easy in there against Man City. It's very, very clever from Chelsea, the way that they're just right off the back shoulder of the players. It's really, really clever, and they can get a turn. But Manchester City have to start nullifying that, because Chelsea are going to go on to really harm them if they keep getting in them spaces.
Will Jegler look to change it at half-time? Perhaps he wasn't expecting Chelsea to match up with three at the back as well.
No, I don't think anyone really did with the team sheet that came in, but it's really worked to Chelsea's advantage. Obviously, in the first 5-10 minutes, you saw maybe they were trying to work it out, and then they went and matched them with it. So, yeah, I think Chelsea will definitely be the happier of the two teams, obviously going 1-0 up, but also with how the game has panned out so far.
Jade Rose finds Kasperai. Has to link up with Hemp, but he doesn't quite come off. And will Jegler shift things around? And how could he to stop Chelsea getting in down that right so frequently, Fran?
I mean, you could put Lauren Hemp there. She maybe gives you a little bit more pace going back, but then you lose her going forward. So that's a difficult one. You could go to a back four, so you kind of nullify that threat. You could maybe bring Lily Murphy a little bit further down to help Alex Greenwood a little bit more. But I mean, it's his first game. I highly doubt he's going to change anything. He's going to stick to what he knows, and he's going to stick to his morals. So for me, it's more they have to deal with these passes into the half spaces better, because you can hear the defenders screaming at them.
Breaks for Bunny Shaw here. There's it off to Murphy, who tried to play the through ball to Miedemar. Didn't quite come off, but thumbs up from Vivianne Miedemar for that time.
Yeah, it was the right idea. It was the right idea. Maybe the weight of pass was a little bit too strong, and yeah, it was really nice actually. Vivianne Miedemar going in for that third man run, trying to get into that corridor. So good signs from City there. And like I said, when they win the ball, they're playing forward straight away, which is really, really nice. I'd like to see that as an attacker, of course.
That's the voice of Fran Kirby, Brighton midfielder, of course. Brighton are in action on Sunday, midday against Aston Villa, Liverpool, Everton, Manchester United, Leicester, Tottenham Hotspur, West Ham also kicking off at the same time, and Arsenal hosting London City Lionesses tomorrow at the Emirates Stadium as well. Full weekend of WSL. Hasegawa plays it in early to the feet of Miedemar. Back to Hasegawa, who's struck that well, but into a Chelsea player. One back by Hamano. And that's excellent by Kira Walsh. Makes it look so easy, but such an intelligent passer of the ball.
Yeah, definitely. And it's all 1-2 touch. It's all, you know, crisp, it's efficient. The pass is a good quality. It's not, you know, behind the player. It's always to the right foot. and that's what she brings for you in midfield. And like I said earlier, getting her on the ball has definitely upped their performance so far in this first half, Chelsea.
Kasper trying to dink the ball into Lauren Hemp. Not had her on the ball as much as they'd like. City in possession now though, Hemp. And it's behind for a goal kick. Chelsea have won 6 of their last 7 home games against Manchester City, and looks like they'll be heading into the break. A goal to the good work for Andre Jeglerts. Managed Denmark in the Euros over the summer. Lost all 3 group games, but he's a manager with a lot of history and pedigree in the women's game. Managed at the top level in Sweden. As Chelsea attack, Carpenter got the assist for their goal. Charles finds Hamano.
Phil Hamano is picking up that spot every single time, and it's going to take either a midfielder to come across or Rose has to step out, otherwise she's just going to keep getting the ball in them dangerous areas to turn and go forward. Luckily for Man City at the moment, she hasn't quite done that on enough occasions, but it's definitely going to come back to haunt them eventually, I think.
Vivian Miedemar now. Lines it up to shoot and wasn't far away.
No, and it's great play. She takes the ball on her back foot, drives with it, commits the defenders. Bunny Shaw's run as well. Make sure that Millie Bright can't step out to her here. See that run there? Takes her with her and opens it up, and oh, it's really, really close.
That the only real sight of goal that the Dutch woman's had in this first half.
Yeah, it'll definitely give her confidence though. You know, obviously she's missed the strike there, missed the target, but feeling her getting into the game a little bit more is definitely up the ante for Man City, and getting her in them areas where she can drive and commit. And like I said, you know, the players will work off her. Bunny Shaw will work off her, and if she can keep getting in them areas and taking strikes, you know one of them's going to end up in the net.
And there is the half-time whistle. New season then, same old Chelsea. The Blues in front at the break. The goal scored by Aggie Beaver-Jones, tapping in after a wonderful run down the right from Ellie Carpenter. An assist on her debut since signing in the summer from Lyon. Manchester City did have chances. Bunny Shaw forced Hannah Hampton to a couple of saves. Alex Greenwood struck the crossbar from a free kick, and Miedemar with a late strike. But at half-time, Fran Kirby, Chelsea back to their usual winning ways.
Yeah, absolutely. They definitely grew into the game once they figured out the press, they figured out the formation, and yeah, again, Ellie Carpenter down that side has definitely helped them so much, and picking them pockets up that Man City just aren't covering. But I mean, I would say I think Man City have the better chances if you look at the chance that Bunny Shaw had just after Chelsea had scored. So they definitely have a chance, obviously, to still come back into this game, but they need to start taking these chances because you're not going to get them all the time against Chelsea.
Opening night of the WSL here at Stamford Bridge, and the half-time score is Chelsea 1, Manchester City 0. Second half about to get underway then. Chelsea leading Manchester City by a goal to 0 through Aggie Beaver-Jones' first half strike. Chelsea reigning champions, of course. They finished last season with 60 points, an all-time points record in the WSL season. Manchester City recorded their worst points total in a 22-game WSL campaign last time out. They're looking to remedy that this season. At the moment, trailing Chelsea by that goal to 0. And joining me again for the second half, former Chelsea player, current Brighton player, Fran Kirby. And what do you want to see from City in this second half?
More of the way they started the first half, really aggressive on the front foot, playing that first pass forward, taking their chances, being more ruthless. You're not going to get so many against Chelsea, and when you get them, you have to take them. And also a little bit better defensively of dealing with that pocket player, because that's how they're managing to switch out to Ellie Carpenter, who's having a bit of a field day down the right side for Chelsea.
Lauren Hemp gets us back underway then. Manchester City trailing by a goal to nil. Sonia Bonpastor unbeaten all of last season in the Women's Super League. In fact, Chelsea only lost 3 games in all competitions, 2 of those to Barcelona and 1 of those to Manchester City. Not in the league though, in the Champions League. In the first leg, Chelsea came back to win the second leg 3-0 though, so it kind of made that result pointless. But Manchester City can take heart from that, at least, Fran.
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, it's always nice when you beat a team like Chelsea or get a good result against them. So I'm sure it gave them confidence going into the second leg, but the injuries just really hit them and they just couldn't sustain it. And going away to Chelsea when Chelsea know you're wounded, that's never a good sign, and they definitely capitalised on it.
Well, Manchester City have Bunny Shaw, they have Miedema, they have Hemp, they have Greenwood. They do have a couple of injuries still, but they've got the core of their star players available this evening. Can they go toe-to-toe with Chelsea? Hemp fires it back to Yamashita. With Alex Greenwood, whose first half free kick struck the crossbar. Gracie Pryor, young defender, playing in that middle of the 3 centre-backs. A lot of responsibility for a young player. Was playing for Burnley, not last season, but the season before, so big step up for her in terms of divisions.
Yeah, she had to fill the shoes of Alex Greenwood, obviously, last season when she got injured, and I felt she did really, really well. So it's nice to see that she's been given a chance again to play for Man City this season in this game, and it's a big test for her coming into Stamford Bridge and playing in the WSL. So yeah, hopefully she gets a lot of experience from it.
City nearly win the ball with that high press. They do now though. Miedema. Alex Greenwood, whose importance to City is such that City's win rate with Alex Greenwood last season in the WSL was 73%. Their win rate without her in the league, 45%.
Yeah, she's a massive player for Man City, and being their captain as well. When you lose your captain, you lose the leader on the pitch, it's always hard to build that momentum, and she demands things from players. She demands the standards, which, you know, not everyone does when they step onto the pitch. So that's what she brings back, but obviously her quality as well on the ball. We saw with the free kick, with the through passes. Been a little bit sloppy so far, I would say, in the first half with the front passes, but, you know, it only takes one of them to go in the right spaces.
Bunny finds Miedema. Lohman strokes it out to Kasparai. She hooks it in, and the ball then comes out, and it's parried by Hampton. Good chance that for Manchester City.
Massive chance again. Falls her on the edge of the box. She's completely free. There's no one with her. It's a really good strike as well to get the connection. I think if it goes any other side, it's going to trouble Hampton a little bit more, but being centrally, only thing I would say is when she parries it goes straight back into the danger zone. So again, if there was a Man City player there, might have ended up in the back of the net, but it's good sign from City and a good start.
Struck really well by Yui Hasegawa, who scored on her Manchester City debut in the WSL 3 seasons ago and hasn't scored for them since, but that was struck very well. Hampton gifts it straight back to City. A loose pass though from Hasegawa. It's rare to see. And Kasparai wins it back, finds Hemp. few loose passes, bit of rustiness perhaps, Frank Kirby?
Yeah, some of the passes just haven't quite been up to scratch so far in this game, which is very unlikely from both of these teams. But yeah, perhaps it's first game, first nerves, getting the cobwebs out, but hopefully not one of them leads to a goal for the opposition, because that would be really, really bad for both teams if it is due to a sloppy pass.
Here's another look at that Hasegawa strike.
Yeah, it's great technique. The way she comes over the ball, like I said, I think if it goes anywhere else, probably troubles Hannah Hampton a little bit more, but she arrived there at the right time and got really good connection on it.
Fantastic slip pass there from Miedemar to find Hemp up against Charles, her England teammate over the summer. Didn't fancy taking her on though. Manchester City content to keep possession. Hemp finds Kasparai. Her delivery headed out by Millie Brighton behind for a corner.
It's really clever from Hemp there. She sees the run from Kasparai going behind, little back heel. Again into the box. Bunny Shaw was there, maybe a couple of other City players, but I mean, they'll definitely take a corner. And like I said, when you've got Alex Greenwood there to do the deliveries, you've definitely got a chance. So yeah, it's been a really positive start by Man City so far.
They started the first half well, and started the second half quite well, but after 50 minutes, Manchester City trailing by a goal to nil. Aggie Beaver-Jones with the strike in the first half. Strike that's made the difference. In comes the delivery. Bunny Shaw was there, but it just brushed off the top of her head. Wants the goal kick, but the Jamaican forward's not going to get that.
Normally the reaction of the player tells you, but I'm not quite sure if she should be complaining about that one.
Difficult to see. Might have touched a couple of hairs on the head of Natalie Bjorn.
If we're going off hairs, then maybe, yeah, I'll give you a corner.
Miedemar. In fact, Lohman. Back with Sydney Lohman. Played for Germany in the Euros in the summer. 3 of the 5 Euros games for them. Murphy. Blocked by Carpenter. And this time Manchester City do have a corner.
This one you can have. I think Lohman's looked really bright actually in this game so far. She's been the one probably getting the ball a little bit more in the front line, probably a little bit more than Miedemar has been, so I think she's looked really lively so far in this game. And let's see if City can come up with something now. Still complaining about that corner that she thought she should have had.
Can she convert from this one? 25% of Man City's goals last season were headers. And this time it bundles off the head of a Chelsea player, and then Niamh Charles gets it clear. Back in by Greenwood, out by Bright. Miedemar in the penalty area, can't get it under control, and Ellie Carpenter clears it away, but that was a little indecisive at the back from Chelsea.
Yeah, it was. You saw Millie Bright clear the ball and Hannah Hampton was coming for it, but I think the first rule for a defender, if you're unsure, just get rid of it, and I think that's what Millie Bright has done there, and she's probably not listened to the shout, just wanted to get it out of the box. But yeah, you can see a bit of miscommunication there, and the ball landing again nicely from Manchester City in that box, but just not able to capitalise on it.
Kasparai finds Shaw, lays it into the path of Lauren Hemp. 3 players to aim for. She finds Hasegawa, and that would have been a fantastic goal for the Japanese midfielder. A deft little flick. Couldn't get enough on it though to get it in the back of the Chelsea goal.
It's fantastic play all round. This is where you want to see Lauren Hemp, when she's driving into the box, getting them balls across, and oh my god, it's so close. So nicely done there from Hasegawa, and she's the kind of player who can pull this kind of trick off. But it's great link-up play. Bunny Shaw coming to feet to then flick the ball round to Lauren Hemp, and that's where you want to see her. That's where I want to see her, driving towards the back line and getting them crosses in. So yeah, another fantastic chance there for Manchester City, and really, really unlucky with an absolute quality piece of skill.
Yui Hasegawa has had 2 decent opportunities in this second half so far. She's not a player that scores many goals for Man City, and they've got a lot of attacking talent on the pitch, but she's been the one that's had the opportunities so far. Yamashita out to Jade Rose, new signing over the summer, Canadian international. Made her debut for Canada actually when she was 18, can play centre back or full back. She's in as a right-sided third centre half this evening. Good game for your debut against Chelsea at the Bridge. Lohman dispossessed. Hamano. And that is a free kick for Chelsea. Sydney Lohman trying to make up for losing possession. And on her debut, she's going to get a yellow card.
Yeah, it's the right decision. She's obviously stopped the counter-attack there. Micah Hamano doing really well to win the ball, drive forward and commit the defenders a little bit. But yeah, she takes one for the team there and takes it down. Not sure it was quite necessary because I think Manchester City had players back, but she obviously felt that she's given the ball away, she has to make up for it, so that's the reason why she's done that. But yeah, I mean, it stopped a deadly attack maybe from Chelsea.
Swedish international, managed Denmark in the Euros over the summer. Andrea Jägler, now the Manchester City manager. And that's given away a little softly, but another foul called against Sydney Lohman. Aaron Cuthbert. And he disagrees with that decision, I think, Frank Kirby.
Yeah, I think Erin Cuthbert got a little bit lucky there. Obviously, she got herself into a bit of trouble, and Sydney Lohman's tried to have a bite of it. Maybe she clips her heels before she takes the ball, but very, very lucky there for Erin Cuthbert, I think, because if you lose the ball there, and Lauren Hemp was about to get on it, so yeah, lucky that they got the free kick there.
He managed Marta when she was a young player in Sweden, so he's a manager that's managed some of the best.
It's not
club
a bad
level.
player to have on your CV, is it, that you've coached?
Not a bad player indeed, still doing it in the NWSL and for her national side as well. Timeless player. Hasegawa's dropped deep to collect for City. Walsh with the headed clearance. To Bunny Shaw. Wonderful switch of play to find Kasparai.
Really good play there from Bunny Shaw. Strong, holds off Erin Cuthbert, comes inside and does a big switch. Fantastic play.
Kasparai had continued her run, and across comes Millie Bright just to poke that out for a throw in. Manchester City wanting to keep the ball moving. They've got the momentum here.
Yeah, they do, and it's been a really good start to the second half for Manchester City. Just as I said earlier, they have to try and create more chances to try and take them, because it's not going to come easy, but definitely a positive start into the second half.
Rowan taken quickly to Shaw. She's got two Chelsea players around her. Cuthbert nicks it off for Hamano now. Back to Natalie Bjorn. Scored her penalty in the quarter-final shootout against England for Sweden. Her teammates, though, didn't. England, of course, going on to win that penalty shootout.
Yeah, it's one to talk about again, isn't it, in another 10, 20 years, that penalty shootout. I think it aged everyone watching it.
Lily Murphy here, up against Bjorn. Well, shielded out of play by the experienced Swedish centre-half. Her last goal, actually, Natalie Bjorn for Chelsea, was against Manchester City here at Stamford Bridge in the Champions League quarter-final. Play that goes a little bit under the radar sometimes at Chelsea.
Yeah, she does, but won, obviously, Chelsea's Player of the Year last year, obviously, so by her teammates, she's definitely respected and valued. But yeah, definitely on the outside, I think she's someone who has not spoken about enough about her performances last year, obviously having to step in certain moments. Chelsea signing Germa you know, that's a huge statement, and you're probably thinking as a player, where does that put me in this position? But she really stepped up and really showed some true quality performances last year.
Lily Murphy running at Carpenter, gets it onto her right and tried to check back inside, but Carpenter was wise to it.
Yeah, it's a clever idea. I think the touch where she tried to cut back just let her down a little bit.
Manchester City are missing a couple of key wide players. No Oba Fagino in the squad. No Caroline Nicolai. Mary Fowler as well out of action. Fowler is a long-term injury, but Fagino and Caroline should be back in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, you're looking at the subs bench for Man City there, and you're looking, thinking who's going to come on and make that real difference going forward. Obviously, you're chasing the game, you're 1-0 down. Who do you have that can come in and bring that? I've said that now. Watch someone come in and score a goal, but you're looking at it and you just don't see it. Whereas you look at Chelsea, Macario, Kerr, Nuskin.
Beaver Jones now goes for the curling effort and gets it wrong, but you can't blame her for trying. Scored in the first half. He's in confident mood.
Yeah, definitely. It's a great run, great pass. She isolates the defender 1v1, cuts inside. Yeah, I think it's a good attempt there. Maybe she could have held on a little bit longer and seen Ellie Carpenter running into the box, but I mean, she has every right to go for it herself.
And that looks like her last action of the evening. Her goal is what divides these sides so far.
It's a really, really well taken goal. Left foot, gets in front of the goalkeeper. Didn't need to get much on it, but she gets a really good connection.
And on comes Katrina Macario. A player that has won the Champions League under Bon Pastor at Lyon. A player that struggled with injuries herself, as it's poorly given away by City. Carpenter surging forward, still going here, and Yamashita is there, and sloppy passing again from Manchester City.
Yeah, it's been a couple times now, well, not a couple, more than a couple by Alex Greenwood, which is really unlike her, but they're reading this pass. They know that's the pass that she wants to do, that she likes to do. She does really well to get herself back in there, to get a little touch on the ball, but I think it's been 3 or 4 times now in this second half alone, so Man City need to come up with another strategy, because they're reading them passes every single time.
Carpenter nearly going all the way there. Already has an assist to her name on this, her debut. Baltimore. Great control from the French forward. Gets it back from Erin Cuthbert. 3 Chelsea players in the box to aim for. The ball across straight into the grateful gloves of Yamashita.
Yeah, it's a bit of waste that. Man City 3v2 there in the box. Chelsea had the overload if they could have found one of their own players, but confident from the goalkeeper there to come and claim it. But another good passage of play there by Chelsea.
Alex Greenwood goes long and loses the ball for Manchester City.
Yeah, they're struggling here a little bit to play out again. It's similar to the first half where they were on top for large periods at the beginning and then just tapered off a little bit, so they need to be careful here.
Macario flicks it around the corner for cap time, and now she bursts into the penalty area. It's back across to the American. She misses it, but Maika Hamano is there to get Chelsea's second goal. All a little bit too easy. Manchester City undone at the back, and Maika Hamano makes it Chelsea 2, Manchester City 0.
Again, they're overloaded in the box. Don't know if it's the system. Kasparai, I don't think she could get back in early enough when losing the ball high. But I mean, it's a well-taken goal. Of course, it's a great cross in from Captain. But here, it's too easy to play out. She can drive inside. Great pass, great link-up play here. Too strong for Alex Greenwood there. And then you can see 2v1 there, Rose. Does she go with Macario? Does she stay with Hamano? It didn't really matter in the end. Either one could have got on the end of the cross there, but it's a well-taken finish there by Maika Hamano.
Only scored 2 goals in the WSL last season, but Maika Hamani already has one now for Chelsea, and that goal makes Manchester City's evening a whole lot harder. Work for Andre Jeglerts then. Will he opt to bring on players from the bench? Always a tough opening game against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge on the Friday night.
Yeah, it is. And look, we all know what a fantastic team Chelsea are. And like I said, it doesn't take them much to score a goal. Man City obviously have been on top for most of this second half until the last 5 minutes, and then Chelsea go and score. So that's what you're up against, and that's what you have to nullify. But you can't leave a player 2v1 in the box, 3v2 in the box against Chelsea, because they will punish you for that.
Relentless winners, Chelsea women. It's been for so many years. It's become a habit. 25 minutes remaining though, plenty of time still. Dinked forward by Greenwood, flicked on by Miedemar. Lauren Hemp. Sydney Lohman.
Looks like Lohman has gone a little bit lower and Hasegawa has gone higher up, which is quite interesting. I mean, we all know how good Hasegawa is in these tight areas, but it's interesting to see the rotations. Normally they're quite stuck in their structure.
Murphy. Back to Hemp. Macario all the way back doing her defensive work. Murphy wants to run at her player, gets it onto her right, curls it goalwards, and that was a really good ball in. Was it a shot? Was it a cross? It was put into a dangerous area.
And it's really good play as well. Getting 1v1 against Ellie Carpenter. You can see Ellie Carpenter's really trying to show her onto her left foot here. Does well to come in. I think if it gets any touch there, whether it's a Chelsea or a Manchester City player, it probably will end up in the back of the net. So it's very clever from her. But yeah, another chance that's gone amiss for Man City.
Should a Man City player have been in that 6-yard box there?
I mean, I think the ball comes in so fast, but you would like to see Bunny Shaw in between Natalie Bjorn and Millie Bright, just taking up that area. So yes, but I think the way that she's come in, maybe they were anticipating she was going to go to the byline and cross. But of course, you would always love to see a Manchester City player in between the two centre-backs in that situation.
Captain Alex Greenwood. Rose finds Kasparai. Hemp tricks her way past Charles. Lauren Hemp for Manchester City. Finds Bunny Shaw. Lays it off to Miedemar. Blocked. Shaw dispossessed. And another Manchester City chance goes begging.
Really good from Lauren Hemp. Really good defending by Chelsea. You can see the players that they get back into the box. Look at them, heads down, sprinting to get back in so they don't leave their centre-backs isolated. Kira Walsh, Erin Cuthbert there as well, and then Millie Bright coming out. It's really good defending, but another positive sign from Manchester City and another Lauren Hemp drive and cross.
Lauren Hemp getting in more wide areas as he wanted, Frank Kirby.
It's where she's at her best, driving in towards goal, cutting the ball back, dinking the ball in. That's exactly where you want to see Lauren Hemp.
On the ball now, Hemp. And it's a free kick. Baltimore just had a hand pulling on the England international.
It's clever by Hemp there. Clever to get a free kick, get all your players into the box. Another Alex Greenwood delivery or Hasegawa delivery.
Plenty of good options to aim for in that 18-yard box. One of them is Bunny Shaw for sure. Brian acres of space on the edge of the box as well. Really, Heaslip just having a word with Bunny Shaw and Niamh Charles to make sure that no fouls in the build-up. It's a tough point this for a referee to keep an eye on all those players. In by Greenwood. And it's in! Manchester City have a goal back! They've been knocking on the door. And they've got one back in this game now. Alex Greenwood with the delivery in. And something for those travelling City fans to celebrate.
Yeah, it's a great delivery here. I think Man City win the first contact. It comes off Niamh Charles' head. Not much you can really do about it. But I mean, it's a fantastic delivery here by Alex Greenwood. It's in a dangerous area. Anyone gets a touch on it. Yeah, it's really unlucky there for Niamh Charles. I think she doesn't see it until it's very late, and by that time it's gone into the back of the net.
That will be going down as an own goal for Niamh Charles. And that's silenced the crowd here at Stamford Bridge.
It's really interesting there that Niamh Charles changed positions with Natalie Bjorn in that lineup. Don't know if that was a tactical decision, that she wasn't then dealing with Bunny Shaw after the ref called them over, but I mean, it's really, really unlucky that it just comes off her face there.
And that is a bit of a lifeline for Manchester City.
Yeah, plenty of time for them now to try and get another goal, and this will give them a little bit of momentum, a little bit of confidence that they can get it in the back of the net after the chances that they've had. What they can't do now is concede again.
Bunny Shaw. Murphy to the left, Hemp to the right, cut out though by Niamh Charles. Bjorn cool on the ball. Finds Walsh. Macario helps it on to Captine, who shows too much of it to Greenwood, but the clearance finds Hamano. Carpenter had gone on a run out on this right-hand side, but can't keep the ball in.
Yeah, I wonder if Hamano could have actually played that into her there, or if she was just thinking keep possession a little bit. We've just conceded, be a little bit more conservative, but I'm really enjoying the way that Chelsea are playing out under the pressure. You can see when Manchester City lose the ball, they're going straight in for the counter press, and Chelsea are just playing 1-2 touch passes out of it, and it's really nice to see.
Plenty of England players for Serena Wiegman to watch this evening. And I think she can probably just enjoy tonight after winning the Euros in the summer. Hasn't got to be constantly thinking about scouting and work.
I'm pretty sure she probably is.
All the best managers always are. And there is one of England's Euros winners, Alex Greenwood.
Yeah, she had a fantastic tournament, I felt, you know, coming into the team and cementing that role. Definitely a big leader for the Lionesses in the summer.
Started every game in the Euros, Alex Greenwood for England. And we played a lot of games and a lot of minutes.
Unfortunately for everyone watching back home or in the stadiums.
Niamh Charles. Back to Cuthbert. Helps it out to Carpenter, who's got space again. Greenwood doesn't want to press her. Murphy comes back to help out, but her helping hand was a shove in the back, and it's a free kick for Chelsea.
I think it's very light. I think she kicks the floor more than Lily Murphy, but it's a dangerous position for Chelsea, and it's good play again, getting Carpenter out here. And yeah, I mean, it's very, very light if you want to give it, but you can see Alex Greenwood, she's very conservative about coming out because she's worried about the run from Captain on her back shoulder, so she doesn't want to come out and press that, which is allowing Ellie Carpenter to drive and go forward with the ball.
Baltimore over this set piece, two players in the wall, Sagawa and Lily Murphy. We know how dangerous Millie Bright is.
Very similar position to Manchester City's free kick. Let's see if Chelsea can do similar. It's a really difficult area.
Lifted goalwards, and it's a bit of a pinball in the penalty area. Macario, Walsh fires forward, headed out by Shaw. Romano helps it back to Baltimore. Back to Bright. Right, hooks it back in, that's cleared. Nearly breaking there for Miedemar and Lauren Hemp.
Really good toe there by Kira Walsh. I think she could feel Lauren Hemp was coming and she couldn't mess that up, that's for sure.
Still in play, Lauren Hemp. Racing forward, Miedemar in front of her, waits for Bunny Shaw. Finds the Jamaican forward who goes for goal from range, and comfortable for Hampton.
Yeah, she could feel that she had a bit of space behind her there when she picked up the ball, and don't mind it, don't mind her having a shot from there. It's great work again from Lauren Hemp down the right-hand side, coming inside and waiting for the teammates to come and help her out.
15 minutes remaining. Can Manchester City get level, or will Chelsea get all 3 points and start the opening campaign with a win? Carpenter combines well with Macario, two former Lyon players.
Her energy is really shown in this game. The way she's able to get up and down the pitch, she's causing problems everywhere she's going up and down that right-hand side.
Two changes then for Chelsea. Johanna Rytting-Kaneryd is coming on. It looks like Erin Cuthbert is going to have to come off. Heavy strapping on her knee there, but Jean-Francois looks ready to replace her.
Yeah, you can see there she's saying, I'm done. Not quite sure what she's feeling. It looks like calf maybe. But yeah, she's a player that you want to wrap in cotton wool anyway. If she's feeling something, you want to take her off to get her ready for the next game. You've got to look after her as well. She's been known in a few pre-seasons now to pick up a couple of injuries and not be fully fit going into the season. So that is definitely one that you want to look after and make sure that you give her the rest that she needs.
So off comes Erin Cuthbert then. Chelsea fans will be hoping that it's just a knock and not anything more. Rytting-Kaneryd is a player that was very productive for Chelsea last season. Only Arsenal's Mariona Caldente created more chances from open play last season than Rytting-Kaneryd. Didn't score herself though in the 2025 calendar year, scored 4 goals in the first part of the season. She's a player with bags of pace, bags of assists.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what side she's going to go on, because if you've got her going on the same side as Ellie Carpenter, that's a very, very pacey side there. So it'll be interesting to see. She's come on for Baltimore, so probably going to be down the left-hand side.
And Sydney Lohmann's debut appearance comes to an end. On comes Laura Blinkiller-Brown. Like for like change there in midfield as well. Confirmation as well that Jean-Francois on the ball now, came on for Erin Cuthbert. Signed last season for Chelsea. Had a very good season actually, a very good Euros with France. Started 3 of France's Euro games in the midfield, and France is a strong national team. It's hard to get in that team.
Yeah, it is. I actually thought she had a really good game against England in the first game. She really dictated the play, was involved. She joined Chelsea off the back of an injury, so maybe it took her a bit of time to find her feet a little bit, get the minutes that she needed. But now, obviously, having a pre-season, being away with France in the Euros might give her that little bit of confidence and a little bit more match fitness coming into this season.
One back by Blinkiller-Brown, finds Hemp. Bunny Shaw to the right, lays it into the path of Bunny Shaw, who fires it goalwards, and Hannah Hampton watched it sail over the bar.
Yeah, she's taking aim on every opportunity now. She's just having a go at it, and I don't mind it. We know how strong and powerful she is, and it's not that far away again from Bunny Shaw. She's definitely feeling a bit more confident now with her strikes.
Clip the roof of the net.
You don't want to give her too many chances, that's for sure. One of them will end up in the back of the net, but it's nice to see that she's coming alive a little bit and she's got confidence to take them shots from outside the box.
Hampton's forward pass finds its way back to City's goalkeeper Yamashita. Pryor. Greenwood. Ball didn't stay in play, and Carpenter wants to get things going quickly. A little too quickly for the referee, Emily Heaslip's liking. "12 goals last season in the WSL for Bunny Shaw. 12 goals in just 8 starts. Niamh Charles fires it forward to find Macario. Up against Pryor. Into Ritting-Carnared, the substitute. And the ball did not stay in play. Throw in for Manchester City.
But you can see the pace there of Ritting-Carnared. She saw the opportunity to go. Yeah, does it go all the way out?
Hard to see with that Hawkeye, isn't it? Final 10 minutes here at Stamford Bridge then. Chelsea leading by 2-1. Eva Jones and Hamano with the strikes for Chelsea. Niamh Charles with the own goal. City's only goal so far. Forward by Kasparai into the channel. Millie Bright is there.
It's always a good battle, Millie Bright and Bunny Shaw.
Greenwood back to Hemp. Rose. Blinkiller-Brown. Chelsea protecting their lead. Taken on the half turn really well there by Blinkiller-Brown, who's looking lively since coming on. On the ball again now. Young English midfielder. Finds Lauren Hemp. Into the penalty area, dinks it up, back to Hasegawa. Kasparai. Murphy up against Ritting-Carnared. It's good defending by the Swedish attacker.
Yeah, and it's really good play on this left-hand side from Man City. Cross again, just not quite beating Millie Bright there in the area. Falls nicely against Hasegawa. But yeah, they're definitely playing a little bit better, getting further up the pitch, feeling maybe a little bit of confidence.
Looks like Andrea Jeglerts is about to bring on Iman Benny for her Manchester City debut. Stripped off and ready to come on. Hemp. And she creates something for City. Greenwood. Delivery towards the back post. Comes down for Murphy. Kasparai spots an opening. Back to Murphy. She goes for goal, parried, and then up and away by Ellie Carpenter.
It's another parry from Hannah Hampton straight back into the danger zone. I'm sure she would prefer to get it out of the box, but it's a good again from Man City. I think any touch again and it might deflect into the back of the net, but yeah, good from Hannah Hampton to get it out, but I'm pretty sure she would have liked it not to have landed at Alex Greenwood's feet.
Manchester City starting to turn the screw here. Can they make one of these chances tell? Bunny Shaw. Kasparai will try and collect. Gets there ahead of Charles. Hasegawa. City running out of time. Ball over for Lily Murphy, and Charles will try and see that out. Instead she keeps possession. One back by Yui Hasegawa. Past one player, couldn't go past the second. all Manchester City. Well shielded out play by Newcastle.
Yeah, you can see Chelsea getting a little bit sloppy with the passes, trying little flicks around the corner in dangerous areas, losing the ball, but Niamh Charles doing really well there to shield the ball against Lily Murphy.
Miedemar's night is done then, and on comes Iman Benny for her debut for Manchester City. Still a teenager, started all 4 games for Switzerland in the Euros. Really exciting, up-and-coming attacking young player. Chelsea also bringing off Vika Kaptein. And for her is German international Trevor Nusken.
Yeah, Kaptein has done a lot of work, especially in the first half with them inner corridor runs. Interesting with Miedemar coming off, although she has been very quiet in this second half. But I feel she's a player that you just keep on the pitch just because you know that she can produce a moment of quality. But I'm really excited to see the teenager come in and see what she's able to do in the WSL. Obviously, not much time now, but good chance to get her involved against one of the top teams in the league.
Macario. Jean-Francois trying to play it into the channel for Nusken. Room was there to mop up. And City play out from the back poorly. Jean-Francois really intelligent, holding on to the ball there, not giving it away. Walsh. Nusken. Emily Carpenter screaming for it. She gets it now, though. And the cross is not a good one. She's been excellent all game, picking out teammates in the box, but that was a moment to forget.
Yeah, it definitely was. But again, it's sloppy from Manchester City. You could see there when Alex Greenwood passes it back to the goalkeeper. I don't think she wants the return pass. I think you just have to clear the lines. You could see that Chelsea was setting up the press. Clear your lines, get it out of there, because you could see how quickly Chelsea hunted it down, and then you're out of shape. People are trying to fill in for everyone else, and it leaves Carpenter completely free. And yeah, not a cross you'll want to remember by the end of the game.
It's been a memorable debut for her so far, though, getting the assist for the first Chelsea goal. Charles perhaps pulling up there with cramp. Sam Kerr, of course, on the bench for Chelsea. I was wondering whether we would see her tonight, looking perhaps like we might not. Fran Kirby?
No, I don't think so. I think with the game being so tight going into the final stages, you won't see... I don't think you'll see Sam Kerr come on, even though it would have been absolutely amazing for her to come on at Stamford Bridge, but I'm sure she'll definitely get her opportunities to come into games and build her match minutes.
Macario can't get there ahead of Pryor, who pokes it out into the stands. And after a flurry of Manchester City attacks, Chelsea have nullified the citizens slightly. One back by Hasegawa. City just can't get it forward. Rose steps in and takes the ball. Alex Greenwood. Trying to pick out Lauren Hemp, but hasn't quite had her passing range right this evening.
No, Chelsea have been reading her quite well. We know what Alex Greenwood loves to do. She loves to wrap them passes in, and they've read them on multiple occasions here, but I don't mind the long ball there into Lauren Hemp. Just try and get Chelsea a little bit rattled, but they need to try and get more players forward, get them more in the pockets. You can see Alex Green was trying to look for them, but just not quite there. You see now Brown's going into it, but there's not enough in there to link.
Lauren Hemp up against Carpenter, drives to the byline. Good defending by the Australian, and overcomes Stroker Nusken to help her out in front of the City fans there, but she does so at the expense of a corner.
Really smart play there from Lauren Hemp. Tries to go on the outside of Ellie Carpenter. Good defending, comes back in, wins her team a corner.
Can City get level right at the death here? In from Hasegawa, headed clear by Millie Bright.
Really good clearance there by Millie Bright.
Back in by Lauren Hemp. This time out by Bjorn. And Macario wins it off Lily Murphy. Five minutes of extra injury time for Manchester City to try and nick a point here.
Yeah, I think Lily Murphy should have just set that there, and then they can get another cross into the box. But here they go again. Hopefully they can make something from this one.
Flag up against Bonnie Shaw for offside.
Really good by Chelsea, squeezing the line up, getting their team up, catching Man City offside, and I think Chelsea have defended really, really well today. The clearance there from Millie Bright and Natalie Bjorn, the headers going high and wide, high and out, and just being able to squeeze. I think they've defended really, really well.
Final change incoming then for Andrea Jeglerts. Wahhabi set to come on the defender. Bonnie Shaw thought for a moment there she could nick in and steal the ball. Hampton goes long. Excellently picks out Macario. Two City players getting in each other's way. Jean-Francois. Nusken. Walsh tries to pick out Hamano.
Yeah, that was the right idea, wasn't it? Hamano picking up that space again in the pocket. Just the execution, but really, really good idea there by Kira Walsh.
And Alex Greenwood kicks it out of play. Looks like she might not be able to finish this game, and that is a very worrying sign for Manchester City fans.
Yeah, it looks like she's holding her hamstring. That's really not a good sign for Manchester City. You can look at her, you can see that, yeah, she knows that she's done in this game and looks really, really disappointed. That's a really sad moment there for Manchester City and for Alex Greenwood as well, after how hard she worked to get back from her injury before. Yeah, it's not the ending of the night that you want, that's for sure.
And that is perhaps why Wahhabi was ready to come on, because they wanted to replace her. Our sight Serena Wiegmann would like to see either. Key player for England, of course. Quite a few England players coming back from the Euros with injuries. Lucy Bronze, of course, with that broken tibia, and Lauren James as well, not in the Chelsea lineup with an ankle injury she picked up in the Euros.
Yeah, it's never nice. It's never nice to see a player have to go off with injury when you know how hard they work every single day to get themselves out there. Obviously disappointing last year having the injury, having an amazing Euros, and now obviously picking up something here. Hopefully it's nothing too serious and she just feels that she can't carry on, but Alex Greenwood is someone who will, similar to Millie, similar to Lucy Bronze, she will play as hard as she can for as long as she can. So yeah, that's really disappointing for Alex Greenwood and for Manchester City as well.
On comes experienced Spanish defender Wahhabi. I suspect we'll have a little bit more than the 5 minutes originally allotted because of that break in play. As City trying to find Bonnie Shaw. She manages to lay it off to Iman Benny. Murphy now. Ritting Conrad for company. Really good defending from Johanna Ritting Conrad. She fires it forward, headed back. Macario now. Play either side, it's 3v3. It's the ball caught under her feet, finds Micah Hamano. Dinked it up towards Shokunusken, and Wahhabi will clear.
I think Lily Murphy's just tried a little bit too much in the game today. I think she's beaten her opponent. She needs to drive and get past them. It seems like she keeps coming back to try and re-beat the opponent, and then she's losing the ball. But she looks like definitely like a bright spark, but she needs to be a little bit more concisive, I think, in the way that she plays.
Behind for a goal kick, much to the befuddlement of Katrina Macario. Although Lily Murphy now in a bit of pain for Manchester City. That doesn't look good. She's holding her shoulder after that challenge.
Yeah, it seems that way. She looks in a lot of discomfort, doesn't she? This will also be another blow for Man City, another injury.
You don't want to speculate on injuries for either Greenwood or Murphy here, but injuries really cost City a lot last season. They missed out on the European places. They ended up finishing 4th, 17 points off Chelsea. They need injuries to go right for them this season if they're to challenge the likes of Chelsea.
Yeah, they really do, and for them last season, all the injuries seem to come all at once as well, so they'll definitely be hoping that these injuries aren't too serious, especially now with the transfer window being closed. They can't bring anyone in to replace what they lose, so yeah, they'll definitely be hoping that these injuries aren't too serious, but it will not be a good start for Manchester City if they lose two players who've started against Chelsea today.
Ellie Carpenter with the assist for Chelsea's first goal. Also started the move for their second as well. She's had a really good debut. No Lucy Bronze for Chelsea, no problem.
Yeah, she's looked really confident in her positioning, really confident to go forward and get involved in the play. Crosses most of the time have been on the money, a couple of wayward ones there, but you can let that go when she's created an assist and been involved in the second goal as well. So I've been really impressed with her tonight, and her energy, the way that she drives the team forward, I'm sure it's very infectious in the team as well. She's constantly running and being a nuisance, so I'm sure Chelsea fans will have loved to have seen this cameo by her today and hope for more of it to come in the season.
She's very similar to Lucy Bronze. She has a similar running style, running gait, and also bombs forward like Lucy Bronze does.
Yeah, she's a workhorse, similar to Lucy, and you can just see very similar ways that they play. Tenacious, aggressive, want to push the team forward, drive the team forward, and that's how they lead in the game, right? You have leaders in different styles, you have leaders who talk, communicate, and you've got some leaders who, when they get the ball, they're just going to drive forward and push the team on, and she's definitely shown that tonight.
Willie Heaslip, the referee, just in discussions with Millie Bright. Doesn't look good for the shoulder of Lily Murphy.
Yeah, it looked like she landed a little bit awkwardly there with her 1v1 with Raitek Canarid, so it doesn't look like it's going to be a nice ending for Lily Murphy here tonight, or for Manchester City, which is a big shame for them going into the season.
But in terms of overall performance, Fran, what have you made of Andrea Jeglitz's first game as City manager?
I mean, obviously he's come in with a different style, different formation, which will take a bit of time for these players to get used to, working under previous managers who've been so structured for many, many seasons now. I've liked the way that they've played. I like the way that they press aggressively. I thought that worked really well for them. It's just defensively working out how they can stop players getting in that pocket to turn and drive forward. But I think altogether, I think he'll be happy with the performance. Obviously not the result, but they've created good chances. But, you know, Chelsea are just a team that can just get the job done. And, you know, they've had good chances themselves on the counter-attack, or with Ellie Carpenter especially, and defended really, really well with Millie Bright and Natalie Bjorn.
And it's same old classic Chelsea, isn't it? Not to disparage the performance, because they have played well, but it's been unspectacular, but they just always find a way to win.
Yeah, they do. They take the chances. It's what they do, and you know, it's been for many years now that they've taken it, but this is why they're champions. This is why they win consistently. They have the players that can kill off games, that can see off games, and I really like the way that you can see the team working for one another. You know, Man City go forward, you can see the midfield, heads down, running, busting a gut to get back in, and that's what it takes. It's what it takes to be champions of England and pushing, you know, for that Champions League spot. Everyone has to work together, and you can see that they lose the ball, heads down, running, full sprint to get back into the box so their defenders aren't left 2v1, 3v1, and I think that is the reason probably today why they have defended so well in their moments.
Long old trip back for those Manchester City fans, back up to the northwest. And Lily Murphy getting stretchered off here, which is not a sight anyone wants to see.
No, it's really sad. I think obviously she's a really bright young player coming through. Would have liked to have seen her more in the WSL, growing in confidence, taking in that experience. So yeah, it's really sad to see. Hopefully, you know, obviously it doesn't look like it's going to be a short time off, but hopefully, you know, it's not too bad and we can see her back on the pitch at some point this season. But yeah, really gutted for her. She's looked like a bright spark. Sometimes maybe tried some things too much in certain times, but I like that in the confidence in a young player coming in, wanting to get on the ball. So yeah, really disappointing end of the day for her, but I'm sure obviously the girls will rally around her and make sure that she's in a good space going through her rehab.
Players just trying to keep the ball moving out there, so you can see out there's only probably about a minute left actually. Getting a warm applause from all the fans here in Stamford Bridge. Lily Murphy, both Chelsea and Manchester City fans. So around a minute left then for Manchester City to try and nick a point here.
Yeah, they only need one chance.
Jean-Francois wins the battle in the midfield. Surges forward. Out pops Gracie Pryor.
I think she should just carry on there, drive it to the corner. There's not much time left. Get into the corner, waste a little bit of time.
Bunny Shaw. Carpenter skips in front of Lauren Hemp to win it back. Vital intervention. Jean-Francois, who's looked very tidy since coming on. Macario chests it down, fires it forward. Chelsea will be content with this, the ball bobbling around, neither side having it under control, but now it's with Kasparais. The one last chance here for Manchester City. No, there isn't. The reigning champions Chelsea kick off their campaign with 3 points. Sonia Bonpastor still unbeaten in the Women's Super League, but for Manchester City's new manager Andre Jegler, his campaign starts with a loss. Beaver Jones got the goal in the first half for Chelsea, tapping in after Ellie Carpenter whipped the ball across. Maika Hamano doubled Chelsea's lead after the break. Another good Chelsea move down the right, and then Manchester City managed to pull a goal back, an own goal. Niamh Charles heading in inadvertently for a Manchester City free kick. City did have chances. Bunny Shaw with a couple of efforts on goal, a couple of smart saves from Hannah Hampton. Alex Greenwood hit the bar from a free kick, and two players for City had to go off at the end. Alex Greenwood and Lily Murphy with injuries. The full-time score here, though, is Chelsea 2, Manchester City 1. So defeat for Andre Jegler then, and Chelsea winning again as they always do, Franca.
Yeah, it's a great first win for Chelsea. Getting them 3 points is really important. Beating a team like Manchester City, it's never easy. took the chances when they had them. Man City maybe will be a little bit disappointed not to have maybe nicked another goal at some point during the game, but Chelsea defended really, really well and took the chances when they came, and Aggie Beever-Jones scoring at Stamford Bridge. Really, really nice to see. Hamano as well getting on the goal scoring list. So yeah, I mean, overall, good performance by Chelsea, good 3 points to get at home, and just moving forward into the league now, having the confidence to go one better again.
And there's more to come for Chelsea as well. Sam Kerr in the squad for the first time in 20 months after her serious knee injury. She'll play a part for Chelsea this season. Lucy Bronze there as well, recovering from that broken leg. Naomi Girma didn't play today. They've just signed Alyssa Thompson as well. So much star quality still for Chelsea, and yet they've won already.
Yeah, it's frightening, isn't it, really, when you're listing off the names of players that they still have to come into the team, putting on a performance like they have done here. Struggled in some moments of the games, but getting the result that they needed, and they still have some star quality players to come back in.
Let's take a look now at the highlights then from that 90 minutes. On deadline day, Alyssa Thompson was signed by Chelsea. Didn't manage to partake, only signed last night, and Chelsea started the game brightly. Only Baltimore with a deflected effort, well saved by Yamashita.
Yeah, really good save here by the Manchester City goalkeeper. Could have been a penalty, I think it probably should have been, but you know, it was a theme of the night. Ellie Carpenter always up and down that right hand side. A great cross here, Aggie Beever-Jones getting on the end of it. Fantastic play, and it started from Chelsea's left hand side, went all the way over to the other side, and a great first time finish by Beever-Jones.
An assist for Ellie Carpenter on her debut. Bunny Shaw had her opportunities in the game, beating Millie Bright on this occasion, but couldn't get past Hannah Hampton.
Yeah, massive chance there, straight after Chelsea's goal as well. It could have really silenced the crowd a little bit more, gave Chelsea a little bit of nervousness going into the game, and then obviously Alex Green with this fantastic free kick. Two big chances there for Manchester City, and you're looking at it going, okay, if they go 1-1 at half time, does it change the outcome in the second half? But really positive from Man City after the goal they conceded.
Miedemar also had a shot from range, and a quiet night really for the WSL's all-time leading goal scorer.
These are the positions you want to see Viv in, getting the ball there, turning and striking, but yeah, a bit of a quiet night for her tonight.
It wasn't a quiet night for Hasegawa. She had a couple of good opportunities, including that one straight down the throat of Hannah Hampton.
Great technique there. See, she gets over the ball, I think anywhere else in the goal, and it probably ends up in the back of the net.
And that would have been a fantastic goal had it have gone in for Hasegawa, again in and amongst it in the 18-yard box.
Really nice little touch there. Great from Lauren Hemp down the right-hand side where you want to see her, and definitely touch.
And here was Chelsea's second goal. Well-worked move, finished off by Hamano, who couldn't miss really.
No, she couldn't. It's a really good finish though, you know, take it first time, put it in the back of the net, no messing around. Would say poor defending by Manchester City here. I think they left the box way too open there. It's 2v1, so if Macario gets a touch or Hamano, they're in deadly areas.
City were given the lifeline though when Niamh Charles inadvertently headed the ball into her own goal.
Great delivery there by Alex Greenwood. Really unlucky there by Niamh Charles.
Manchester City, though, couldn't get that equalising goal. Plenty of shots, more than Chelsea, but Chelsea victorious.
you. When you're ready.
Ready to go? Kirsten, thanks for joining us after the game. City perhaps had the better of the chances this evening. Was it an opportunity missed, perhaps?
Yeah, maybe you could say so. I think the first half we struggled. The second half we made a few tweaks at half time. I think we were a lot more dominant in the second half, and we had a lot of chances, but still not where we wanted to be. And yeah, they score two good goals in a counter attack. So yeah, we wanted more out of today, and I think we should have had more out of today. But it's a loss, so it's what it is.
Obviously, Chelsea, the team with a target on their backs, but you played them quite a few times last season. It didn't look like there was too much difference this evening. What are your hopes for this season after that match?
I mean, it's a good match for us to see where we're at, obviously with a lot of changes. I think there are a lot of positives to take from tonight, and we'll review on Sunday and, you know, work towards Brighton. There's a lot to gain this year. It's just the first game.
There is a lot to gain, and you're right, it is the first game. New manager in place. Are there new systems the team needs to be getting used to, or are you feeling quite comfortable already? And are you confident for the season ahead?
Yeah, there are a few tweaks, but we've had a long pre-season, so feel comfortable in what we're doing. And at the end of the day, football is just football, and we get a lot of freedom. But yeah, of course, there are some new things we need to work on, but I feel confident for the season. We're a very versatile team. We've played in numerous systems over the years, so yeah, no, I don't know. I feel full of confidence.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck for the season.
Thank you so much.
Perfect.
Cheers.
Thank you,
mate.
guys.
See you later.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.
Chelsea pick up where they left off last season, then a narrow win over Manchester City. Full-time Chelsea 2, Manchester City 1. That's it for our coverage. Thanks for being with us. Until next time.